Here's your KNDY weatherology forecast for northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska. Slight chance for snow today, otherwise cloudy skies with a few peaks of sun. Daytime highs approaching 37. Northerly winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Lows dip down to about 18. Tonight, slight chance for snow. A dusting of snow tonight with another dusting tomorrow night. I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Right now, it's 32 degrees.
Mid-America Network News. The Kansas Senate put a seal of approval yesterday on legislation creating a cash award incentive for state employees to step forward with previously undisclosed information about alleged waste, abuse, or fraud in state-administered programs. The bill forwarded to the Kansas House on a vote of 33-6 would entitle a whistleblower 10% of the state's cost savings resulting from the report of malfeasance. Salina police arrested a man for over 90 requested charges of violating a protection order. According to Salina police, officers were dispatched to a home in North Salina for the report of a male who had an outstanding domestic violence battery warrant for his arrest. Reportedly, 40-year-old Juan Renteria Cortez was connected to a domestic violence incident that occurred in the beginning of January. I'm Stephanie Austin.
Professional excavators and homeowners, safety always comes first, and safe digging is no accident. So before you begin your next digging project, remember to call Kansas 811 to have your underground utility lines marked for free. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig. So play it safe. Put down the shovel, pick up the phone, and call 811 first. This message is brought to you by Kansas 811, reminding you that no matter if your digging project is big or small, don't make a judgment call. Always call 811 before you dig.
Spending time in the backyard can be a great time for all your family and friends. Burwell Construction can make your backyard look its best with a new deck and patio cover. Wood or composite decks, Burwell Construction will help you design the perfect space for all your outdoor fun. And Burwell Construction can secure your backyard with a new fence. 316-794-3430. 316-794-3430 or burwellconstruction.com.
If it's Burwell, it's Burwell. Burwell Construction.
The city of Topeka will receive $200,000 as part of a state plan to reduce air pollution and carbon emissions. The Kansas Department of Health and Environment announced through a press release yesterday that the agency has made agreements with 4 Kansas cities to create plans aimed at reducing carbon emissions and air pollution. The agreement is part of the Emission Reduction and Mitigation Plan. The federal funding program from the Environmental Protection Agency will go to 4 cities, including Topeka, Wichita, Roland Park, and Lawrence. The preparations for Old Prairie Town's annual tulip display are in full swing this month, and this year gives Topeka locals a lot to be excited for. Tulips at Twilight has displayed over 40,000 blooming tulips alongside their lighted displays annually since 2017. Over 10,000 people visited last year's event. I'm Stephanie Austin.
Duzine Enterprises has been laying floors all over our area since 1962. That's miles and miles of carpet, laminate, tile, hardwood, and vinyl. And they are so good at it that their schedule is filling up fast. So while good things come to those who wait, if you have a remodel or a new construction project in your near future, you should probably get on their schedule today. So call 785-325-2379. That's 785-325-2379. Duzine Enterprises in Washington. Why would you go anywhere else? Financing available.
Nebraska, Mid-America Network News. I'm Andy Hoosier. Concerns rising regarding the marijuana industry in the state of Nebraska after Nebraskans for Medical Marijuana, also known as NMM, reported earlier this week that Nebraska has been left out of the 2026 Consolidated and Further Continuing Appropriations Act amendment that they say prohibits the Department of Justice and Drug Enforcement Administration from interfering with the state-authorized medical cannabis programs. In a statement from the organization's executive director, they say, quote, the CJ OJS amendment is critical for the protection of medical cannabis states. Since 2014, it has safeguarded patients, providers, and state programs from federal prosecution and interference with the federal government. That prohibits the Department of Justice and Drug Enforcement Administration from interfering with the state-authorized medical cannabis programs. The Nebraskans for Medical Marijuana recently held a virtual press briefing regarding the issue as of Monday this week. Nebraska Mid-America Network News.
Life on the farm can be tough. Uncertainty in the weather, crop prices, trade deals, and so much more. How do you keep up with it all to make your farm successful? That's where we come in. Join me, James Guerin, with the Mid-America Ag Network with your hourly ag commodities, daily weather, soil moisture, and humidity reports. Plus, keep up with the latest regional and national news affecting the ag markets. Let's work together in making your farm thrive. And it's all right here on the Mid-America Ag Network.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I got my COVID-19 vaccine when I was pregnant. I wanted to do everything I could to help protect my baby and keep myself healthy. So I talked to my doctor and learned that vaccines are safe and effective when you're pregnant. My daughter Lauren was born healthy and happy, and she was protected against COVID. Getting your COVID, flu, and Tdap vaccines while pregnant keeps families protected against dangerous diseases.
To learn how to protect your family, visit vaccinateyourfamily.org/learn.
Reporting local news, I'm Bruce Dierking. Kansas Department of Commerce has 2 new grant programs available through the Kansas Community Empowerment Program to support locally driven projects that strengthen quality of place, volunteer engagement, and long-term community vibrancy. The Kickstart grant is designed to provide funding for smaller community-driven projects that build capacity, engagement, and momentum. Highlights include awards ranging from $500 to $5,000, ideal for short-term, highly visible projects such as community cleanups, engagement events, or early-stage vibrancy initiatives. Applications accepted on a rolling basis through December 4th or until funds are depleted. The Impact Grant is designed to support larger, long-term investments that create permanent improvements to community assets. Awards range from $5,000 to $15,000. Eligible projects include public art installations, downtown improvements, park and recreation upgrades, community gardens, signage, and other placemaking efforts. Applications will be accepted through March 31st. Both grant opportunities require a 1-to-1 match, which may include in-kind contributions such as volunteer hours. An informational webinar is available through the Kansas Community Empowerment Group. Contact Sarah Bloom at 785-506-9278 for additional information. Kansas Department of Transportation is accepting applications for $32 million in available grant funding for construction projects through the Transportation Alternatives Program to help communities design and build non-motorized forms of transportation projects that have significant local and regional impact. Eligible projects include construction of new and improved sidewalks, pedestrian bridges, multi-use paths, crosswalks, and more. Participants can learn more information through the Kansas Department of Transportation website at kdot.gov. Grants approved require a 20% local match with applications due online May 15th. North Central Regional Planning Commission is partnering with the Kansas Department of Commerce to host a community development block grant roadshow to help communities learn more about block grant funding opportunities. The first will take place February 24th, 10 to noon, at the Fort Hays Tech North Central Conference Room in Beloit, and will continue at 6 additional locations across Kansas in upcoming months. The event will provide an overview of the current community development block grant funding programs, guidance on developing strong and competitive applications, and opportunities to connect with resources and regional partners. For additional information, go online to kansascommerce.gov. Marshall County appraiser met with commissioners last week to discuss several legislative bills that could affect appraised values, assessed values, and mill levy restrictions. Landfill will increase prices effective April 1st. Washington County Commissioners meeting was routine business. Nemaha County Road and Bridge have applied for bridge grants for Rock Creek and Red Vermilion townships, which would require a 10% local match if approved. Sentencing is set next month in a vehicular homicide in Marshall County. A Kansas City man, John Kaiser II, entered a plea agreement in Marshall County District Court. That amended charge after he had originally faced charges of involuntary manslaughter, as well as 3 counts of aggravated battery and another of texting while driving, which were dismissed. The accident in September 2023 claimed the life of 63-year-old Denise Torrey of Axtell and injured 3 others in a 3-vehicle crash on US 36 at K110 south of Axtell.
Everyday people lose their money to scams. It is important to keep your information safe and understand what to look for. Use strong passwords, enable multi-factor authentication, and never give out your financial or personal information via phone or email. Remember, you cannot win a prize or sweepstake that you didn't enter. Companies won't ask you to send money or gift cards back on a mistaken overpayment. And beware of suspicious links. If you are unsure, give us a call. United Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Richard Dick Hinkle, age 73, of Washington, passed away Tuesday. A visitation is planned Saturday, 3 until 5 p.m. at the Ward Funeral Home of Washington, with a private burial planned. The Ward Funeral Home in charge of arrangements for Dick Hinkle. Stephen M. Coppice, age 70, of Marysville, passed away February 15th, and a funeral service is planned Tuesday, 10 a.m. at the Crossing Church in Marysville. Burial in the Deer Creek Cemetery north of Marysville. Visitation Monday, 10 until 8. Family will greet friends Monday from 5 until 7 at Kinsley Mortuary, Marysville, in charge of arrangements for Stephen Coppice.
This new year, you deserve better. Better internet, better speeds, and better service from a company that gives back to your community. Sign up for Blue Valley Technologies Fiber Internet and get 3 months free. Already a customer? Try a faster speed for 3 months at no extra cost. For more details, visit us at bluevalley.net or call 877-876-1228. Happy New Year.
Here's your KNDY weatherology forecast for northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska. Partly sunny skies early on today, then a slight chance for some snow showers with our highs in the upper 20s and lower 40s. North winds between 10 and 20 and gusting as high as 30. And some snow showers are possible early tonight, then staying mostly cloudy with our lows in the single digits and lower 20s. Northwest winds 10 to 15 and gusting as high as 30. Some sunshine throughout Friday with our highs in the upper 30s and lower 40s. Some snow showers are possible throughout Friday night, otherwise mostly cloudy with our lows in the upper teens and lower 20s. Snow flurries continue off and on throughout Saturday, mixing with sunshine with our highs in the lower to upper 40s. Then a slight chance for some snow showers into Saturday night, otherwise mostly clear with our lows in the upper teens and lower 20s. Some sunshine throughout Sunday with our highs in the mid to upper 30s. Then staying partly cloudy throughout Sunday night with our lows in the mid to upper teens. Sunny throughout Monday with our highs in the upper 30s and lower 40s. And staying partly cloudy throughout Monday night with our lows in the upper 20s and lower 30s. And more sunshine throughout Tuesday with our highs in the lower to mid 60s. I'm meteorologist Kara Foster.
Average high temperature, mid-February 44, record high in this date 77. The average low 20, the record low 19 below zero. Sunrise this morning 7:16, sunset this evening at 6:07.
Are you counting the days until springtime? A few words of caution today on the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report.
If you're a farmer or a rancher, chances are you've thought about joining Kansas Farm Bureau. So what's stopping you? Your membership means you have a seat at the table when it comes to the issues that affect your farm. Things like trade, taxes, water, and regulations. The state's largest farm advocacy organization brings your message to policy decision makers at the county, state, and national level. The voice of agriculture becomes your voice and fights for Kansas farmers and ranchers. And a Kansas Farm Bureau membership includes other benefits. For about $50 a year, you'll receive discounts on equipment and supplies, cell phone plans, financial and legal support, home and office supplies, and more. You'll also receive Kansas Living, a quarterly lifestyle magazine featuring real stories of farmers and producers around the state, plus great recipes, crafts, and things to see and do in Kansas. Join us today. Visit kfb.org/farmerrancher to learn more.
With more practical tips and useful advice, this is the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report for Thursday, February 19th, the 50th day of the year. Singer Smokey Robinson was born on this day. There's an old phrase you sometimes hear around this time of year, winter's back is broken, meaning the season's worst is behind us. But here's a taste of just how unpredictable Old Man Winter's departure can be. The brutal New England winter of 2015 left a nearly 70-foot-high snow farm in Boston's Seaport District. Later that year, an article appeared in the local newspaper noting that the snow mountains had finally melted. The date, July 14th. Folks in the snow belt know that even if winter's back is broken, he can certainly convalesce for a good long time. That's the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report. Learn more and find the weather outlook for your region at almanac.com.
Always on the lookout for the perfect gift? Get away with a shopping day at Reflections in downtown Marysville. This is Sharon Kramer. As your locally owned Hallmark Gold Crown store, Reflections has a gift for you, your home, or someone else. Hallmark cards and keepsake ornaments, Woodwick and Yankee candles, toys for all ages, home and garden decor, and K-State and KU memorabilia, still offering custom picture framing for that unique gift, large or small. Open Monday through Saturday. Reflections in downtown Marysville is
so much more than your favorite hardware store.
Kansas Mid-America Network Sports. I'm Andy Hoosier. It was another big night and a big win for the Kansas Jayhawks after topping the Oklahoma State Cowboys last night with an 81-69 victory, keeping them in that number 8 slot in the nationwide AP polls and putting their overall basketball record this season at 20-6. Darren Peterson had the big scores of the night, having 23 points on the board with 19 minutes of play and 2 rebounds. Bryson Tiller had 10 points, Trey White with 16, and Elmarco Jackson with 14 for the night. Overall, the Jayhawks went 28-61 for field goal attempts and 11-24 for three-pointers. They are tied for third place right now in the Big 12 Conference with their overall conference play record at 10-3, tied with the Iowa State Cyclones. Arizona and Houston are tied at number 1 with conference play at 11-2. The Jayhawks have a quick turnaround with their back in action on Saturday, coming up with a tip-off at noon where they're back at home taking on Cincinnati, followed by another quick turnaround taking on number 1 Houston on Monday at 8 p.m.
Kansans with disabilities and senior citizens are 3 times more likely to be crime victims. If you are a Kansas senior citizen or a Kansan with a disability and you are a crime victim, contact the Disability Rights Center of Kansas at 877-776-1541. We may be able to help you with your civil legal matter. Contact us at 877-776-1541 or drckansas.org. Once again, if you are a Kansas senior or a Kansan with a disability who is a crime victim, contact the Disability Rights Center of Kansas at 877-776-1541 or drckansas.org. We may be able to help you with your civil legal matter. The content of this radio ad is sponsored by the Disability Rights Center of Kansas and this station. It is supported by a VOCA grant awarded through the Federal Office for Victims of Crime as administered by the Kansas Governor's Grants Program. It does not necessarily reflect the views of the Office of the Kansas Governor or the U.S. Department of Justice.
With baseball season officially here and the Kansas City Royals starting off their spring training within the next few days, the Kansas City Royals also made a big announcement this past week saying that they have acquired the right-handed pitcher of Mitch Spence from the Athletics in the exchange for the right-hander A.J. Cossey. WIBW News reports that according to the Kansas City Royals and ways to make room for the 40-man roster, the Royals did place right-hander Alec Marsh on a 60-day injury list as Spence, 27 years old, has spent the past 2 seasons with the Athletics after being selected in the 2024 Rule 5 draft from the Yankees. He had made overall 67 appearances with 32 starts over 2 big league seasons and recording 236 innings with 2.7 walks per 9 rate. At the same time, 23-year-old Cossey went 11-5 with 9 saves and 1.72 ERA with across 2 different minor league levels this past season and was Kansas City's 5th round pick in 2024. Spring training games start off this Friday for the Kansas City Royals as they take on the Texas Rangers on Friday at 2 p.m.
Diller Odell and Southern girls basketball teams come to an end. Diller Odell falls in first-round sub-district play, falling to Dorchester 38-31. Southern advanced over Rising City, but then fell to top seed UTAN in the semifinals 52-37. Boys teams tip off in sub-district action next week. A number of area teams draw first-round byes in sub-state basketball, with 1A teams tipping off next week. In 1A Division 2, Hanover boys and girls, Axtell boys and girls, Lynn and Blue Valley girls with a bye in the Wakefield sub-state. Blue Valley boys, 6th seed, host 11th seed Chase County Monday at 6. Lynn boys, 5th seed, host 12th seed Wakefield Monday at 6. In 1A Division 1, Centralia girls with a first-round bye. Frankfort girls are 10th seed at 7th seed Canton Galva Tuesday at 6. On the boys' side, 8th seed Frankfort will host 9th seed Centralia Monday at 6. 2A, 3A teams will seed Saturday following regular season final games on Friday.
For all your propane and propane delivery needs, contact Hoover's in Greenleaf. Call 747-2201. Propane is safe, propane is clean burning, and propane is economical. Hoover's in Greenleaf offers prompt delivery and excellent customer service. Give Hoover's in Greenleaf a call today, 747-2201. That's Hoover's in Greenleaf.
Hundreds of varieties of colorful coral bells, also known as alum root, can be found in landscapes across the country. Their unique leaf shape, coloration, and bell-shaped flowers prompted this surge in popularity. Hi, I'm Melinda Myers, horticulturist and gardening expert. Many of the popular coral bells are hybrids of the North American native alum roots. The American alum root, Heuchera americana, is native to the eastern United States, where it grows in rocky open woodlands, on ledges, and in crevices of bluffs. The naturally occurring variety, Interior, has ruffled leaves with silver streaks and purple highlights. The maple-leaved alum root, Heuchera villosa, variety Atropurpurea, has burgundy foliage topped with spikes of white flowers in late summer through fall. This durable plant is native to the Appalachian Mountains and suited to shady garden locations. Check out our website for this and other gardening tips.
Waterville Housing Authority has multiple housing openings available immediately. 1 and 2 bedroom apartments available. Income-based housing, clean, maintenance-free, and all the freedom you crave for tenants of any age. Applications can be found on the Waterville Housing Authority Facebook page or contact Lisa at 785-363-2239. That's 785-363-2239 for the Waterville Housing Authority with immediate openings available.
You've perhaps heard of the wise old owl, but are owls really that wise? And where did we get the idea that this bird possessed better knowledge than other birds? Those are the types of questions Carol answers every day. We'll take you to that one-of-a-kind place on this edition of the American Countryside.
Stream your favorite Farm Journal programs, podcasts, and personalities with the new Farm Journal TV app. You'll enjoy on-demand access to the agriculture information you need from the sources you trust. It's all at your fingertips and on your schedule, anytime, anywhere. The Farm Journal TV streaming app gives you all the must-see Farm Journal shows, all the podcasts from our expanding network, along with exclusive and early view content. You can stream on your phone or smart TV. And you can download programs and watch offline. Go to farmjournaltv.com now to get the special half-off introductory offer, which gives you unlimited access to all this content with a free 14-day trial subscription and the special price of $49 for a full year. Use code BIGDEAL to get this special rate. Don't miss a minute. Subscribe today at farmjournaltv.com.
When Carol Bloom helped begin an owl festival in Houston, Minnesota in the late 1990s, she had no idea what it would become.
When we started getting more than 1,000 people coming to the festival, that's more than the population of our town. Then I started thinking, hey, there's a wolf center, a bear center, a crane center, an eagle center. There's no all-owl education center in the United States.
The Owl Festival continues yet today, attracting from 1,000 to 2,500 people each year. They also created a permanent International Owl Center so people could come year-round to see and learn about owls. So why are people so interested in owls?
Because if you go back through history, some of the oldest cave art in the world is owls. So it's not just us, it's humans around the world throughout history have been fascinated with owls. I tend to think it's more that you don't see them much. I mean, we hear them, but rarely do you get to see them, so they're kind of mysterious.
I asked Carol if these are truly wise old owls.
I don't think anybody that works with owls would accuse them of being wise. The wise owl thing probably dates back to Athena, in ancient Greece because she was the goddess of wisdom. She was always pictured with a little owl.
What about owls and their vision?
Some owls are very much hearing focused and some are more vision focused. So in general, they have very good vision. They have much better low light vision than we do.
You can come here to the International Owl Center to see a variety of species and learn about the many interesting aspects of each type. It's a one-of-a-kind location to learn more about a bird we rarely see. Traveling the countryside in Houston, Minnesota, I'm Andrew McCrae.
If you're in the market for a utility vehicle, consider a used one. Hi, I'm Jody Henke. Be sure to inspect it so you know its condition and what you're paying for as you're living the country life.
Living the Country Life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic and from previous shows by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com. We'll return to the show after these messages.
If you're looking for new ideas for what to do around your place in the country, register for the Living the Country Life newsletter. Once a week, you'll receive helpful tips in your inbox on a wide variety of seasonal and timely topics, along with so much more. Living the Country Life is for all those people who love to live in the country. Sign up for your free newsletter today by visiting livingthecountrylife.com.
Whenever you're online, Living the Country Life is there too. Like us on Facebook and exchange tips and ideas with people who share your love for the country way of life. Follow us on Twitter at Small Farming for timely news and information. You can also find us on Instagram and Pinterest. See the latest inspired shot from our readers or add a garden tip to your boards. Living the Country Life has all the ideas for your home acreage. Visit us online at livingthecountrylife.com and find us on social media.
Buying a used utility vehicle can save you money. It's a good time to shop for one because there's a wealth of used machines on the market that are just a year or two old with any number of bells and whistles. Before you sign on the dotted line, there are some key things to check on a used UTV. Dave Mowitz is the executive machinery editor for Successful Farming magazine and researches used machinery. He says you may find the specs on the UTV only list the number of hours on it, but not the mileage. You want to know both.
The reason is it amazed me the variety of both that I discovered. For example, I was looking at Gator XUV 835s, and I found one that had 950 hours and just a little over 3,000 miles. Another one had 850 hours, and it had over 5,500 miles. Significant enough number of miles there that, you really want to take a look at that and get both.
If the machine is for sale at auction or a dealership, find out who the owner was, call them, and ask how it was used and maintained. Do your own thorough inspection. Start it up, drive it around, listen to the engine, and get a feel for the transmission. Then get down on your hands and knees and look underneath it.
You want to look at the rock guards and the crash plates to see, have they been rammed into a lot of rocks or fence posts or really been given a lot of abuse? This indicates how it was used. Then look at the suspension, not only at the shocks to see how much play there is, but also look at the A-arm structure and the structure of the actual suspension itself. That structure underneath there could be bent.
Learn more about buying a used UTV at livingthecountrylife.com. I'll see you in the country.
Living the Country Life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic, share your tips, and post photos by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com.
KNDY.
If you've been thinking about finding a church home, or you made a New Year's resolution to reconnect with your faith, St. Mark's Lutheran Church in Waterville would love to welcome you. This is Pastor David Thompson. Life is full of questions, challenges, and new beginnings, and faith can bring a sense of hope and direction that makes all the difference. Whether you've been part of a church before or you're just starting to explore what faith might mean for you, there's a place for you here. Join us each Sunday at 10:45 a.m. and discover a community where you can be yourself, belong to something meaningful, and become who God created you to be. You are invited to St. Mark's Lutheran Church in Waterville, the place to believe, belong, and become.
Let's say you have some extra cash. Do you pay down your mortgage or invest it?
Hi, I'm Rob West with today's Faith and Finance Minute. The answer isn't one size fits all. From a purely mathematical standpoint, investing may offer higher long-term returns than today's mortgage rates. But stewardship considers more than numbers. Paying down your mortgage can provide peace of mind, reduce risk, and increase monthly margin, freeing cash flow for generosity and flexibility. Investing, on the other hand, allows your money to grow over time and helps you prepare for future needs. The right choice depends on your goals, risk tolerance, and stage of life. Scripture reminds us not to put our trust in uncertain riches, but in God. Whether you invest or pay down debt, the goal is faithful stewardship with open hands and a trusting heart. Manage your finances wisely with the easy-to-use FaithFi app. Download FaithFi, Faith and Finance from your app store, or learn more at faithfi.com.
Around the world, wheat production continues to rise, creating a bear market for producers. That's next on Farm to Fork.
Hey there, it's Mike Rowe, and if you're out there getting dirty, do me a favor and remember to call or click 811 before you dig. And when I say dig, I refer to any activity requiring boring, tilling, drilling, probing, reaming, plowing, drudging, or even scoping. Anything that causes you to roll up your sleeves a little and dig in requires you to first connect with 811 so that you can avoid all those buried pipes, wires, and cables underground. To sum up, call or click 811 before you dig and visit safeexcavator.com for more information.
A farm can be a wonderful place to grow up, but it can also be a dangerous place. Statistically, a child dies on a farm every 3 days somewhere in America. That needs to be fixed. Do whatever you can to make sure your kids keep safety top of mind, working or playing. Farm safety and health is everyone's business. This reminder is brought to you by Farm to Fork through the generous support of listeners like you across the country. Learn how you can help at NorthshoreProductions.com. Oklahoma State University Extension Grain Marketing Specialist Todd Hubbs expects bumper wheat supplies around the world will continue.
Globally for wheat, we've been seeing the crops get bigger in all the major exporting countries. Australia had a huge crop. Argentina looks like they're putting on a record crop for them. They raised the Russian crop from last year as well. And the United States had a decent-sized crop. It wasn't a record, but we're still carrying a lot of wheat around. And the global competition is getting really stiff. So while we've seen some slightly smaller crops in the Middle East, the competition is going to be tough for us to ship in the second half of this marketing year.
Despite some reports of fewer planted acres than expected for some crops, Hubbs is a bit skeptical.
I would not count on the loss of acres in my marketing if I was a producer right now. We've seen these kind of things before in the past. People think maybe the harvested acres aren't going to be there, and they show up. So it's a little bit uncertain.
Hubbs' comments are courtesy of the OSU Extension television program Sunup. Back to Oklahoma tomorrow for some perspective on beef prices in the grocery store. That's Farm to Fork. I'm Daryl Anderson.
Ag News from the Mid-America Ag Network. I'm James Guerin. In western Kansas, no-till is king because it preserves precious moisture in a region that sees only about 20 inches of rain annually. However, even the most dedicated no-tillers eventually face challenges that chemical applications can't easily solve. This has led to a growing debate. Can a single, well-timed tillage pass provide more benefit than harm? Agronomist Logan Simon from K-State Research and Extension argues that while no-till is vital for wind erosion control, occasional strategic tillage may be the only way to reset a field facing extreme pressure. The primary driver for strategic tillage is the rise of perennial weeds like tumble windmill grass. The shallow-rooted pest can become nearly impossible to manage with herbicides alone, severely impacting corn and sorghum yields. Simon suggests a one-pass, one-time approach using a sweet plow during the summer. By keeping the tillage shallow, only 1 to 2 inches deep, farmers can uproot the grass and lay it out to dry without destroying the surface residue that protects the soil from the sun and wind. Beyond weeds, long-term no-till can lead to nutrient and pH stratification. Agronomist Peter Tomlinson notes that phosphorus and acidity often build up in the top 3 inches of soil. When pH levels drop into the 5.0 range, it stunts microbial diversity and slows down nutrient cycling. While injecting nitrogen deeper can help, a strategic tillage pass can physically mix those layers, neutralizing acidity and redistributing phosphorus more effectively than surface-applied lime alone might achieve in a strictly no-till environment. Trial data shows mixed results depending on the crop. In western Kansas studies, wheat yields actually responded positively to tillage, while sorghum and corn performed better in pure no-till due to their higher dependency on saved water. The takeaway for producers is to be surgical. Rather than returning to full-scale tillage, use shallow strategic passes only when soil tests show a pH crisis or when perennial weeds threaten to take over. This hybrid approach allows farmers to solve specific problems while maintaining the long-term soil health benefits of their no-till system.
Your best resource for groundwater exploration and production is Hydro Resources. With decades of experience from starting in the 1940s, Hydro Resources has been drilling and servicing wells for commercial and irrigation needs. With 15,000 wells drilled and counting, we are determined to help you with all your water well drilling needs and service. Give Hydro Resources a call at 620-227-2389 or check them out online at hydroresources.com. Hydro Resources, the safe way to your water well drilling needs.
It's time to stress less with more money in your pocket. United makes it easy for you to stay connected with family and friends and save while you're doing it with 3 months free. For a limited time, get 3 months free of mobile wireless or wireless internet service with United. Get high-speed connectivity, unlimited talk, text, and data, and more money in your pocket. When you choose United, you're supporting a member-owned cooperative, proudly connecting Southwest Kansas with coverage you can trust. Visit getunited.com/radio or stop by a United store to get your 3 months free today.
Planning for the future includes accounting for the present. Crop insurance protection assures that your farming operation will withstand the variabilities of weather and potential disaster. Rely on the coverage that crop insurance provides, and rely on Linda Schmitz with Linda's Insurance Agency for the experience and personal service that she offers. Call today and update your crop insurance options. That's Linda's Insurance Agency, 1507 Broadway in Marysville.
Have all your shop tools and equipment with you wherever you go. This Minnesota man retrofitted an old school bus into a shop on wheels on Successful Farming Radio.
Successful Farming Radio, providing information farmers need in the field, in the shop, and in the office. Committed to growing your business in agriculture.
If you want a soybean season that's a cut above the rest, you need the iconic front-to-back coverage of Authority brand herbicides plus Anthem brand herbicides. Use Authority brand herbicides for clean fields in the front and for big yields in the back. Apply Anthem brand herbicides 21 to 28 days after emergence. For outrageous protection that really stands out, visit ag.fmc.com or talk to your retailer about Authority brand herbicides and Anthem brand herbicides to get iconic front-to-back coverage. Always read and follow all label directions.
Interact with Successful Farming on social media. Like us on Facebook at Successful Farming USA and follow us on X at Successful Farm for tips, ideas, timely news, and information from our editors. Find us on Instagram at successful_farming and love the latest photo or video. And take a look behind the scenes with our editors on TikTok at successful_farming.
Broughton of Butterfield, Minnesota was looking for a service truck that would house a shop full of tools as well as provide a place to get in from the weather. He bought an old 84 passenger school bus for $600 from the school district and retrofitted it to hold everything he needed. The shop on wheels goes with him when he's doing field work, or if somebody needs help, he drives the bus to them. It carries a remarkable array of tools and other shop necessities.
Generator, welder, air compressor, jump starter, the whole 9 yards. A storage area where you could work on top. So in the fall, we'll put combine parts and things like that in there. In the spring, we put tillage parts and everything in it. And if you're doing something simple, you can set it on top and work on it. We carry our torch. We carry 2 different sizes of plasma cutters, and the big air pack will run about anything you want to run.
This is the Broughton's second bus conversion, which is larger than the first one. This time, they added creature comforts that the whole family can enjoy, an RV refrigerator that runs on 120 or 12-volt electricity, an onboard gas generator, and even a TV.
We all get together at noon or evening to have dinner. Sometimes it's a midnight snack. We found out if you got a nice place to bring stuff and plug in crock pots or cook on, you get to eat really well. We got a table. We usually can set 8 to 10 people around. They can bring their food and plug it in and leave again or whatever. And We got everything inside. We used to have to worry about when you go back to the yard, you had to get your equipment truck inside because everything was prone to getting wet or whatever. Well, now it doesn't matter. You just drive the bus home and park it.
I'm Jody Henke. Watch a video about the Broughton School Bus Service Shop at agriculture.com.
For all your gas and service needs, it's OK Service Station in Hanover. You'll get fast, friendly, dependable service every time you visit. They have fuel available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Ask how you can get a gas card for 24-hour fueling at OK Service. They also handle tires, tire repair, exhaust work, and oil changes too. Stop by, say hi to the folks at OK Service in Hanover.
From Kansas State University, this is Agriculture Today. I'm Colton Tripp. As coyote breeding season begins, K-State wildlife specialist Drew Ricketts emphasizes the importance of increased awareness during this time of year. Ricketts explains what people should know about coyotes' reproductive cycle and offers guidance on how to protect pets as coyote activity increases.
Typically, coyotes are going to be breeding between January and sometime in March. That average female will become pregnant at some point in February based on some pretty robust data sets from Kansas going back a long time. Their gestation period is about 60 days. So, a breeding event at the beginning of February would result in pups being born in April.
Ricketts describes what he recognizes as a coyote's expressing aggressive behavior.
During this breeding season, coyotes are likely to be more active. We're going to hear a lot more vocalizations, howling and yipping and barking and those sorts of things. We also might see coyotes out a little bit more often during the daytime. Seeing a coyote, whether you're in the city or whether you're in the country, just seeing a coyote is not really something to be concerned about. If you see a coyote and it stops and looks at you, that's still okay. That's not an aggressive behavior. What we really don't want to see is, let's say we're out walking and we see a coyote and it stops and then it starts to approach us. We don't want to see them coming closer to us. And then, the most aggressive sorts of behavior that we might see from a coyote would be a coyote attacking a pet that might be on a leash, or a loose pet would be more often.
He shares tips on reducing the chances of possible concerning behavior from coyotes for people and their pets.
So, number one, if you have a coyote that starts to exhibit some aggressive behavior, they start to approach you instead of being agnostic or running away from you. We need to haze those coyotes, so holler at them, throw stuff at them if you can. That can help instill that appropriate caution that they ought to have. Keeping pets on leash, not leaving small pets unattended, even in a fenced backyard. If it's a small fence or a fence that has gaps underneath of it that a coyote could crawl under. Don't feed pets free choice. Don't have water available. Don't intentionally feed coyotes, because the more they associate humans and food in our yards and those sorts of things with something good for them, like the reward of food, the more likely they are to be aggressive towards us.
That was K-State wildlife specialist Drew Ricketts on the importance of being aware during coyote breeding season. I'm Colton Tripp, and this has been Agriculture Today over the K-State Radio Network.
After Hours Feed Supply in Blue Rapids has added the ADM line of feed. If you need medicated feed, give them a call and they'll custom order for your needs. For chicken raisers, they also carry Egg Maker and Scratch Grains. Contact After Hours Feed Supply. Bob or Georgina Lindquist at Blue Rapids for details.
Market information from the Mid-America Ag Network. I'm James Guerin. Moving to Thursday as we get a little closer to the end of the trading day. Over in the grains market, we are still seeing mostly higher numbers across the board, but there is still that little bit of red hanging on. Over in the seeds market, somewhat of a similar story with those green numbers taking over most of the board, still leaving some red behind. And for the livestock, the cattle are still hanging out mostly in the red, while the hogs continue to be mostly in the green. In the corn market, March corn down 1.5 at 4.25.5, and May down 0.5 cent at 4.36 1/4. Kansas City wheat for March up 10.5 at 5.61 1/2, and May up 11 cents at 5.72 3/4. In the oats market, March oats up 7 cents at 3.27 3/4, and May up a nickel at 3.22 3/4. In the bean market, March beans up 4 1/4 at 11.37 3/4, and May up 4 cents at 11.53 even. Soybean meal for March up 40 cents at 3.0430, and May down 20 cents at 3.0830. Soybean oil for March up 89 cents at 59.48, and May up 84 cents at 59.92. In the canola market, March canola up 240 at 672.60, and May also up 240 at 685.10. In the cotton market, March cotton up 20 cents at 61.75, and May up 22 cents at 63.98. Looking at the currencies for the first time today, and the U.S. dollar index for March up 17 cents at 97.79, and June up 16 cents at 97.51. The euro for March, however, is slightly in the red, down to $1.17, and the June euro in the red as well at $1.18. The Japanese yen for March is in the red, down to 64 cents, and the June yen slightly in the red as well at 65 cents. Looking at our midday stock market numbers, and there's been a surge into the red over the last half hour of the trade day as the stocks slide as traders assess Walmart earnings and potential Iran conflict, with the Dow Jones down 411 points at 49,251, the S&P 500 down 38 points at 6,842, and the Nasdaq down 130 points at 22,623. Market information from the Mid-America Ag Network.
Imagine your workday starts like any other, then suddenly everything you've worked for is under threat. Prevent cyber attacks before they happen with PTCI Protect. Our managed firewall secures the front door, and endpoint device protection stops the attack on every computer, every time. With our powerful backup restore feature, never worry about losing your data. No ransom paid, no downtime lost. You built your business. We'll protect it. PTCI Protect. Protect your business today. Visit ptci.net to get started.
It's time to stress less with more money in your pocket. United makes it easy for you to stay connected with family and friends and save while you're doing it with 3 months free. For a limited time, get 3 months free of mobile wireless or wireless internet service with United. Get high-speed connectivity, unlimited talk, text, and data, and more money in your pocket. When you choose United, you're supporting a member-owned cooperative, proudly connecting Southwest Kansas with coverage you can trust. Visit getunited.com/radio or stop by a United store to get your 3 months free today. Terms and conditions.
Test drive the all-new 2026 Chevrolets at the Nortis Motor Company in Marysville, including a new Silverado 1500 model pickup, 3.0 Duramax with a Z71 package. They have 4 new Chevy Traverse, front-wheel and all-wheel drive models, a new 2026 Chevy Equinox, and 1 remaining new 2025 Chevy Blazer at the Nortis Motor Company in Marysville. A salute during February National FFA Month from FNB Washington, Marysville Mutual Insurance, and Performance Ag.
Hi, my name is Leah Steinfer. I'm a sophomore and I'm our chapter sentinel. And this is my second year in FFA. Some benefits involving FFA, I'd say, are definitely my public speaking skills. As a freshman, I did not want to participate in the contests with public speaking, working on the creed, memorizing the creed, or even memorizing my speech. I'd say public speaking is such a great thing. And now, in another week, I'm going to be participating in a public speaking contest at Valley Heights with a bunch of the surrounding schools in our district. Also, working with kids and animals is also a big thing that is a good skill to have on and off FFA. Working with kids just outside of the farming area, it's fun to see kids who have never lived on a farm, have dogs and cats as their pets, but they don't have goats or sheep. And so it's fun to see them with their, react to seeing a whole bunch of sheep, goats, cows, chickens, whatever they might not have at their house. And just see that, and also see how other farming kids have maybe cows and horses but don't have sheep and goats, and it's fun to see them react to the goats and sheep. And my favorite activity or category to participate in is definitely the whole FFA week.
A salute during February National FFA Month from FNB Washington, Marysville Mutual Insurance, and Performance Ag.
From ABC News, Wall Street now. The world's largest retailer saw fourth quarter earnings approaching $4.25 billion. That's better than expected. But a muted outlook from Walmart for the rest of this year hints at a volatile U.S. economy ahead. Walmart's quarterly report and concern about a potential conflict with Iran have investors backing away from stocks. The Dow Jones this morning was down 190 points. The S&P was off 0.1%. The Nasdaq was fractionally higher. The difference between what the U.S. imports and what it exports narrowed slightly in 2025. Exports rose to $3.4 trillion. Imports climbed to $4.3 trillion. The trade deficit still remains among the highest since 1960. Weight loss drugs are changing the way food companies operate. Reuters says some of the world's biggest are beginning to focus on shorter ingredient lists and smaller packages as more people take drugs to lose weight. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
KNDY.